everybody. My next guest is a founding member of U2, one of the biggest rock bands in history. As a drummer, his career spans 6 decades with 22 Grammys, a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, and over 150 million albums sold. We're gonna take a moment of silence to realize how insane that is. Yep. His latest project isn't just music, but something more personal. He's a producer of Left Behind, a documentary about the fight to open New York City's first public school for dyslexic students. It's personal because just like me, he has a child who's dyslexic. Please, everybody, welcome Larry Mullen Jr. It's an honor to have you here. I'm super stoked. We got to talk a little backstage before, but I didn't get to fan out, so I'm very excited that you're here.
By the way, I wanted to say, I'm never up this early in the morning. So this is a huge deal for me.
I know.
No, coming to see you is
from
great,
touring hours
seriously.
to like these hours, like 8 to 5 for me was really hard.
Yeah.
And I often wake up going, you know this isn't you and Nate. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm a night owl too, so I get you.
So it takes a lot to get me up and out of this hour in the morning.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me as well. Yeah, so well, thank you. I love that. Well, wait, explain the premise of the documentary for people that, because for me, I know people don't understand the struggle of parents with, and I'm gonna not cry, that's what I'm gonna do, but like it's a really hard thing, like being a parent, especially a parent that doesn't have dyslexia. Like, and you just trying to, you know, talk to them or help them with homework or whatever, and you don't really know what's going on yet. So tell everybody kind of what the documentary is about.
Look, it's different everywhere. Every country has different, you know, rules about
educational standards, curriculum,
you know, and different rules about, well, what does dyslexia mean if you come from Ireland? Yeah. Well, it's different to if you come from the United States.
It's even different here. There's so many different versions of dyslexia. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that spectrum.
Yeah.
And it's hard to fit in to any of those things. And I think what the film tries to do is to take parents and kids who are watching it on that journey of kind of what it feels like and how difficult it is and how stressful it is. And the film concentrates on these incredible women who, you know, take the system on so that their kids can be educated properly, and it's what happens if you don't take care of your kids through the education system.
You have to pay attention.
If you don't take care of it, and if they are dyslexic, the chances are they're going to get into trouble. And you know, you see the statistics for prisons. That's where kids end up. You know, if you don't deal with this, the outcome is poor. And you know, my son is 29, and he went through a very rough time in school and got diagnosed late, and they didn't have the system he could fit into. My son, I think, would have ended up in jail. I think that's terrifying. So when I got to see this, it gave me incredible hope. That, oh, people can do this. And not only people, like these women are doing this, and they're doing it in a way that nobody else can do it.
Also joining us is Naomi, one of the many parents who fought City Hall to create this school. I'm probably still fighting to this day. All 4 of her children have dyslexia. We also have more parents and organizers in the audience, so give it up for everybody being here today. The struggle is real, and it's always different for every family that I've talked to with other, you know, parents who have dyslexic kids. It's always a different dynamic in each household. How has it been for you?
For me, it started about 18 years ago when my oldest started school, and he was getting in trouble. I was getting tons of complaints about him not being focused on work, being distracted by little things that didn't matter. And as a result, when you start getting these complaints at school, they carry over in the home. And I remember just sitting with him at the dinner table and going, what is going on? Like, you're a good kid. Every kid is a good kid. What is going on? I know you don't like getting in trouble. And he tells me, Mom, I don't know what it is. It's like there's something in my brain that's not letting me. And I took that as a call out for help. And I immediately took it as my marching orders. I needed to get to the bottom of it. Yeah.
Let's just point out the fact that you have 4 children.
Yeah.
Like, that's already that's enough on the plate to have on your plate. To add something else, I mean, people have got to realize how important it must be to you to have to create time that does not exist.
Yeah.
I'm a mom and I have 2 kids, you know, and it's very hard. So what does the school offer?
What's amazing about South Bronx Literacy Academy is that it's really a community of students who all think and process information the same way. So it's like a group of your people. We currently have 2nd and 3rd grade, but what we do is it's a multi-sensory approach to literacy. So it's rooted in the science, but it's really supporting students in how they look at words. But also there's an amazing wraparound support in executive functioning skills, in social emotional support, because a lot of the kids feel defeated. A lot of them feel inadequate. And
rightly so. Like, it's hard to be in a class and people, you know, kids constantly like, why are you still reading that? Like, why are you, that's like a grade whatever. And it's like, that's a hard thing. It's already hard enough being a kid.
Yeah, 1000%.
To add that on it. So you're not stopping at one school, which I think is very important, because once I heard about this whole thing, I was like, wait, this needs to be in like Texas and Louisiana, like all these places that I'm from, my friends are from, like people that really needed it. Like, there's a lot of need for this.
1000%. So we incorporated ourselves. We're a 501c3 Literacy Academy Collective, and what we are doing is that we're a school support nonprofit. So our goal is to continue to open up more schools. This fall, we are going to open Central Brooklyn Literacy Academy in New York City.
Yeah. That's no small feat, man.
With the goal to continue to open up more sites. And there's a passionate, deep piece of supporting parents along the way who, just like you and I and Larry, have these children who think differently, and they need that guidance.
Yeah. And man, the parents, like, it is about our kids first, but man, it is, when you don't have anyone to talk to, and you're just like, I feel like I'm failing.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that was striking as well for me was, you know, I knew my son was dyslexic, but I really didn't understand him. And you know, it was difficult in the house, you know, like
it's so hard
two
to
guys
connect.
in the house. I was away, coming home, he's acting out, they've got the police at the house. And, you know, I've spent all my career avoiding talking about my family.
Yeah.
I just don't want to, you know, involve them.
Yeah.
And now here I am on your show talking about my family. I'm going, so what happened? And what happened was I saw this documentary and it hit home, and I kind of felt, okay, I need to deal with this. And the realizing and recognizing what I didn't do and what I could have done. So what can I do now? And how can we better understand our kids who are going through these things?
That's an important thing to remember. It affects the whole family. And then people start learning about themselves. Well, Scholastic believes all kids deserve to fall in love with reading, and that is why they want to support the Literacy Academy Collective mission with $15,000. They want to put towards it to help out. And that's not all. Scholastic shared your story with Dave Pilkey, who we love, who is the #1 worldwide best-selling author and illustrator of the Captain Underpants and Dogman series. He sent us this video.
Hi everybody, I'm Dave Pilkey. Scholastic shared this story with me, and I'm really blown away by the work that the Literacy Academy Collective is doing. I grew up with dyslexia, much like the kids in this film, and just like them, I felt ashamed too sometimes, but I do believe in the power of turning challenges into good things. I know that that can happen, and I know that Scholastic is making a generous donation to the Literacy Academy Collective, and my wife and I wanted to match that donation. And we just wanted to say thank you for the great work you're doing.
Scholastic's $15,000 donation, and so that's $30 total. But I get it too. That's my family too, and I know everybody can't afford that, so I wanted to match their donation as well. So you're getting. I know it's not about just the money. I know it's about finding a way, and to find justice in the public school, to reallocate funds. I know it's about that, but money helps, you know.
1000%.
So any family that's ever gone through it that has a kid that just thinks a little differently understands that. So thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for sharing this story. Thank you for sharing your spotlight on such a beautiful, important thing. I know it affects your family, but it's just such a cool thing when people that are such huge stars take their spotlight and do something really beautiful and brave with it. So thank you so much for that as well. Thank you so much for fighting so hard to get these schools for these kids. This is very, very important. Everybody, we're going to be right back, all right?